Welcome to the Darkstream, Vox Day, voxday.net, and unauthorized.tv. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry I'm a little late. It took me a little time to actually finish watching Gladiator 2 with Space Bunny. And you could probably hear Space Bunny's eyes rolling from wherever your location happens to be. It wasn't terrible. You know, Ridley Scott definitely can do a spectacle. I was a little disappointed, not to like give any spoilers away here, but I really thought with it being a Ridley Scott movie and with how absolutely ridiculous the idea of a African consul and several African senators and so forth, which of course the SJWs just have to insert in historical dramas. I mean, hell, why not just go all the way and, you know, throw in some Chinese, a few pygmies, some Eskimos, you know, while you're at it. But if you're going to do that, you know, you at least might give us a shark in the stream at the end, tearing apart the bad guy, you know? I mean, given that they had sharks in the arena at one point during the naval battle, there's no reason why, I mean, it would make just as much sense for a shark to have somehow escaped and swum into a stream near Rome and then appearing right at the end. Just, I mean, if you're going to go for spectacle and drama, why not just go all the way, you know? Answer me that. So, well, tonight is the weekly meme review for the first time in about, what, 2 months? 3 months? It's kind of like Douglas Adams used to describe the increasingly misnamed Hitchhiker's Trilogy. We just seem to get further and further from the idea of a weekly meme review, which, to be honest, is probably a good thing. We should do a monthly meme review, because that gives us time to actually see some new memes generated and make new memes ourselves, and have events happen that allow us to see different memes. You know, when it's only a week or two apart, there's just not enough happening. All the memes become pretty predictable. So I haven't looked at them, so I don't know what there is. I suspect we're going to see a lot about Elon Musk and the H-1B immigration issue that is getting both Elon Musk and Ramaswamy completely ratioed on social media, which frankly is good to see. In any event, let's go ahead and see about firing it up. We'll get a little fancy here. We'll keep the commentary window open, as well as the memes. This is, I don't know what this one is called. It's a fairly common template, but this is a put elderly in the pod. Not interested in that. Boomer Uncle Bob, you know, so I don't know. This is okay. But honestly, who is open to the idea of pillowing their own boomer relatives? Who is just opposed to the idea of putting the elderly in the pod in the first place, right? So I don't think that this one points to the truth. It's not a particularly good boomer. I'd give it a 5. It's competent. You know, we can say that it's competent. This is a good one. Who's going to do the jobs Americans won't? And India's switching over Indians for Hispanics. It is really remarkable, and it's obviously not organic, the level of anti-Pajit, I guess, just attention that's being played. I don't know why they're trying to redirect native anger against Hispanics towards Indians. Maybe because the Indian invasion is in the UK. Apparently, Indians now own more of London than the native British do. Indians are not really much of an issue in the rest of Western Europe. But they are definitely in Canada, and they're a bigger problem in Canada than they are in the USA. Anyhow, this is pretty good. I'll give this one a 8. It's solid. It's got a great image. It's a good meme. I heard he quit porn. I personally love this meme. I'm an unabashed Emma Roberts fan, even though she's obviously a little psychotic. But I don't buy this at all. I applaud the male efforts to free themselves of the moral enslavement of porn, but it's not something that women are very supportive of or care very much about. Mostly because I think that they, on the one hand, prefer not to think about it at all, and on the other, I think there's that reluctance to condemn OnlyFans, to condemn women who are involved in it. I'm not saying that I think that women want to preserve it as an option for themselves just in case. I don't think that's even a subconscious element, but I just don't see it. So I would give this one and also it could have been done better visually. I would give this one a 4. Let's see. We ran 8,000 simulations. Harris won in 40,012. Are not. I don't get this one quite. I guess it's supposed to be Black Swan Man correcting Nate Silver, but this is too esoteric. I like it. Artistically, it's well done, but it's just too esoteric. I mean, the whole point of a meme is to generate an emotional reaction in the targeted audience. And, I mean, this is the targeted audience for this is so small. I'm definitely not in it. I mean, I can figure it out, but who's going to have an emotional reaction? I mean, maybe Nate Silver himself, but so anyhow, I'll give this one a 6 just because it's artistically very good, and it is clever, but again, it kind of misses the point. I think this is the sort of thing that happens when dialecticians dabble in rhetoric and dabble in memology. This is a classic. It combines the frog and the scorpion with the frog in the boiling pot. It's got a Israeli scorpion both boiling and stabbing a frog in the back, and the frog saying, "This is fine. This is good. This is definitely going to generate a emotional reaction." And so I would give this one an 8. This is the I don't know the guy's name, the actor's name, but he's the guy who played the Flash in the Flash show, making the victory sign over a grave of someone who said, "I got the booster to keep you safe," on their tombstone, and he is celebrating the fact I didn't. This is a bit harsh. Definitely going to trigger emotions in the audience, etc., etc. Pretty good. I give this one an 8 as well. This is a a variant of the distracted girlfriend meme, and it's got a Jewish guy with a yarmulke on, and his girlfriend is admiring a young Germanic SS officer. It's definitely triggering. The one thing, I mean, I obviously I get Paul, but I think for stuff that is in the mainstream, I just really don't understand the constant obsession with Nazism. In that, yes, obviously it is nominally or considered definitionally in opposition to to Judaism, but the more we know, is it really? And also, National Socialism historically was not a particularly, I mean, it wasn't a good ideology. It was absolutely destructive for the German people. And so I give this one but because it is well done, because it is effective, I would give this one a 7. War is peace, freedom is slavery, diversity is strength. That's good. Very Big Brother. And I like the way that it's pointing out that diversity is strength is the same sort of inversive lie that war is peace, freedom is slavery, etc., etc. This is excellent. I would give this one a 9. Here we've got Elon Musk makes his first appearance tonight. First, he's got the Devil's Champion, and then he's got Make America Great Again, and then he's wearing a cow outfit, apparently with a bunch of Indians. So it says, and for my next act, this is all right. It's a little bit busy. It's a little bit, it's not bad. I give this one a 6. Here's Sylvester reading 1 Timothy 2:12. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor use authority over the man, but to be in silence. And Tom is reading this and steaming mad, and he is representing the female pastors. Yeah. The thing is, I don't know anyone who knows a female pastor, and I don't know any female pastor who isn't aware of what the Bible says and doesn't just ignore it. They come up with all kinds of reasons to justify ignoring the clear wording of the Bible. So again, it's not really pointing to the truth, is it? But I give this one a 6. This is that sort of weird COVID-19 cartoon art. And it says, a new bird flu vaccine is available for everyone who hasn't died from the COVID-19 jabs yet. That's pretty good. I like the just cheerful, open admission that the whole idea was to help with the global depopulation issue, shall we say. Anyhow, this is quite good. I give this one an 8. Greta, and she's holding a trophy for Grift of the Year 2024. It's well done artistically, really well done artistically, but I mean, who cares about Greta Thunberg anymore? I mean, she's a non-entity. And what is her grift? I don't really recall her necessarily raising a lot of money. She doesn't seem to be living large. I mean, she's obviously she's been a climate change tool, but Now she's speaking out on behalf of the Palestinians. Where's the grift there? So, um, Ironworker Bear says, Greta's so 2020. Yeah, it's outdated. There's no emotional charge to it whatsoever. I'm going to give this one a 6 just because it's really well done artistically. The Moat and Bailey is the H1B 01. And this is a reference to the way that they're trying to sell the H1B visas on the basis of what are actually the O1 visas. This is very good, but this is pure dialectic. I mean, this is what I would call an explanatory meme, as opposed to a rhetorical meme. Well, I'll give this one a 7 just because I like the art. I like the attempt. But again, there's nothing wrong with explanatory memes, but they're not really what memes are about per se. You're not really talking about a meme. You might as well be doing what do they call those things that, not pictograph, but where they have the list of things and it explains it's basically the things that explain things in cartoons. I mean, nobody knows what an O1 is. I know what an O1 is. Probably half of you do, but that's like, I bet not even 1% of the general public does. But still, great graphic, clever, too esoteric, too dialectic. This is a good one. It's got the infographic, that's it. Pictograph. Anyhow, look, it's late. Give me a break. This is a map of Europe with U.S. flags all over it, representing, I believe, military bases, U.S. military bases. And then it's got, underneath it has Vladimir Putin in Dr. Evil clothing saying, Russian aggression. I mean, this is a very true meme. I think it would be better if instead of Putin talking about Russian aggression, it'd be a lot better if you had a more visible, Western figure. The problem is that, I mean, there really isn't an ideal person to put there, because all of the people who are pushing the war are essentially non-entities. I mean, actually the best person to be, the one recognizable character, what would make this meme better is if the Russian aggression, if the Dr. Evil figure was Zelensky. He's the only person who would be recognizable there. But this is good. I give it a 7. Yeah, Big Red is right. John Bolton belongs there, but again, too many people don't know who he is. But it's a good meme. It's meaningful. I'll give it a 7. This is some random Asian woman saying, ideally keep fewer than 30 books. And apparently that's me saying on one's nightstand, right? And she just apparently looks in some confusion. And then I'm holding a copy of, it looks like a goat skin Marcus Aurelius, telling her to pound sand. I mean, obviously, I have to applaud the choice of such a good-looking and obviously intelligent individual. But no, it's funny. The sad thing is that I wish I understand that a lot of people think that I keep a lot of books on a nightstand. I do keep several books. I do have 2 books on my nightstand at present. One is the Annals of Confucius, and the other is a biography of Wellington. But in reality, what I have on my nightstand almost all the time is a giant pile of folded clothes. Um, I wish I could say otherwise, but Space Bunny would absolutely correct me on that one. I think it's one of her pet peeves, to be honest. But anyhow, there we are. This is good. It's fun. It's obviously not one for general purpose, but within the community, I would say it's an 8. And Taryn has requested that someone post the template on Social Galactic, so I suspect we might see some of this stuff. It's kind of funny that you would say that about books, though, because I'm not gonna move the camera around, but there's literally a pile of, I would say, about 600 or so books in a sort of book tree, and then there's another 100 on the grand piano. So it's not that far off target. Let's just put it that way. Here's another Padme. Here's an actual Padme meme. KitchenAid covens come with a new mode just for Jews. Really? That's considerate of them. What do you call it? And then he suddenly gets a little mustache, that a la an Austrian-style mustache. And then Padme says, "What do you call it?" So, anyhow, that's pretty funny. I give this one I'll give it an 8. Elon Musk. This one, I'm not at all surprised to see this one. This is a very good meme. The reason I'm in America, along with so many critical people who built SpaceX, Tesla, and hundreds of other companies that made America strong, is because of H-1B. Take a big step forward and edited yourself in the face. I will go to war on this issue, the likes of which you cannot possibly comprehend. And then it shows someone dialing Luigi Mangione, the supposed assassinator of CEOs. This is great. This is a straight up 10. No question. Who's Marie Kondo? Apparently, I'm going to go back here. Apparently that is Marie Kondo. So, who's the new Padme meme thing or something? I have no idea who she is or why she got it. Here we got a repeat of Indians and Americans, but this time it's Elon Musk is identified. I think this one is better than the other one, honestly, because the juxtaposition of swapping out Indians for Americans is something that is much more triggering than, I mean, the other one is true in a way, but anyhow, this is quite good too. I give this one an 8. I think I gave the other one an 8. They're both 8s, but this is like an 8.2. 8.25 if we're going to get super precise. Apparently Marie Kondo is the "this does not strike joy" woman. Okay, so here we go. So what we could have done, Ironic Humor says, the other one is good, this is perfect. Well, here's what we could have done on this one. Instead of pound sand, this would be funnier if it said something like, goat skin is joy. Although we're esoteric anyhow. So, oh, this is great. This is a 10. It's got the Statue of Liberty with laser eyes, and it says no vacancy. Easy 10 out of 10. Our forwards from Clandma. This is a tweet. This made me literally physically ill. And what made him ill is, Peanut, I'm so sorry. why do you care so much about an animal you never even met? And the person who's demanding to know why do you care so much about an animal you never even met is wearing a Black Lives Matter George Floyd thing. Um, that, that's also a 10 out of 10. I mean, the meme is only the bottom part. The fact that people were reacting to it and saying it made them physically ill is a demonstration of how powerful the rhetoric is. You know, a 10 out of 10 meme should make somebody who's in the targeted audience feel physically ill, because that shows that it's really hit their amygdala and they can't take it. This has a woman, it looks like it must be a teacher. It can't be the mother. I mean, this one is dark and ominous, but it doesn't really make it clear what the issue is. I mean, is that supposed to be the mother? Hang on, let me turn myself off and we'll see. Oh, I see. That is supposed to be the mother she's going off to work, and she's going off to work and she's dumping her kids onto this school bus from hell. It's not bad, except for the fact that it's kind of a zombie school bus, but the kids aren't zombie enough. So, it's good. It's dark. I would give this one an 8, but it has, with improvement, it could be a 10. What's very good about it is that it doesn't need any words. Any meme that doesn't even need any words. And again, my confusion about whether it was the mother or a teacher was because my camera was blocking off part of it. Yeah, it would also be better if there were heavily multicultural kids. If you had heavily multicultural kids and that sort of thing, it would be even higher. But this is a strong meme. It's a good meme. It's definitely something that would encourage mothers to want to stay home with their kids. Let's see here. Why can't we? There we go. It's a variant of the 9/11. Says a second Hobbit has struck Mount Doom. It's just silly, but it's funny. I like it. I'd give it a 7. The genie says, "What is your third wish, master?" "My final wish is to undo the impacts of slavery." And he suddenly finds himself living in the mud hut. And he says, "Shit." It's good. It's strong. I would give this one an 8. It's a little bit boomerish, in my opinion. Let me turn off my camera again so we can see if we're wait for the third to hit. Okay, I mean, I'm pretty sure I get it. So he says, "Oh, I see. He doesn't even get to keep his first 2 wishes." I see. He's holding chicken and watermelon. Oh, I see. His first 2 wishes also came from slave. That's a bit subtle there. It's good. Don't get me wrong, but like I said, I think it's an 8. What I mean is, what I think the reason I'm not crazy about it is that I think the whole message is a bit boomerish. It is a nice touch. It is a nice touch, the bit about the taking away the first 2 wishes, but the idea that, I mean, Muhammad Ali was talking about how glad he was that his grandpappy caught that boat back in the 60s. So this is one of those things that everybody knows. They just don't want to talk about it per se. Yeah. This is kind of in that same mode. The Chad says, black people are so violent. And then there's an upset black man saying, say it to my face and I'd kill you. Yeah, I always find it strange that people try to appeal to the cosmopolitan equality of all men by saying that if you disagree with that, Africans will hurt you. There's a certain irony and lack of awareness there. But yeah, this is pretty good, but I'd give it a 7. Again, I'm not that keen on memes that are what I would consider to be fairly obvious, even if they are considered to be kind of triggering because people pretend otherwise. But, you know, we want things that actually trigger emotions, not things that inspire SJWs to act like they pretend, you know, like they pretend to care about things that they don't and that sort of thing. Opinion. Why do Americans want guns? It comes down to one word. The duck says, you need guns for protection? Apparently the word is protection. And then the duck is saying, protection from what? And the person fleeing is Republicans trying not to be called racist. That's pretty good. I'd give this one a 9. It is amazing how Republicans, conservatives, the kind of people who would call someone else the woke right, which, I mean, our answer to that is so obvious I haven't even really bothered to point it out. The only people who say woke right are fake right. End of story. You know, it's all the usual suspects. I mean, you knew like Ben Shapiro and Jordan Peterson were going to like line up with that term right away. And again, the reason it's not sticking at all, the reason nobody gives a damn about it, I certainly couldn't care less, is because it's so obviously false. I mean, they've got this, they literally have to explain it every time. Well, you see, they do this and this just like the woke left. I mean, woke is a stupid term anyhow. People should have stuck with SJW. SJW is much more effective. The kind of people that used woke to refer to the left are the same people who are now using it to try to refer to us. But, I mean, there's no woke. It doesn't exist. That's why it's a stupid term in the first place. It was a stupid term applying to the left. It's even dumber trying to apply it to the right. The reason that SJW actually stings them and the reason they wanted to move away from it is because they actually want social justice. They think social justice is a good thing, and it's not. This is pretty good. It's got Ramaswamy as, who's he supposed to be? It's from a movie, obviously. Can't be Aragorn because it's gray. But anyhow, it says, the trouble with America, it's full of Americans. Oh, that's really good. This is a 9. Even though I don't get the movie reference myself, I'm sure most people will. Feel free to fill us in on the chat. Let's see. Thank you for sending your son for my salvation. But please don't forget to bless Israel's destruction of thousands of children with my tax dollars so I can be blessed with a big house and a nice car. Amen. Yeah, that's pretty hard hitting. Probably better if you had like a pair of boomers or something. And it's a little bit I don't know what it's good, but I think it could be done in a more effective way. I would give this one an 8. Yo, Tone, I thought the good guys won the war. First grade pride. Yeah, this is just disastrous. Just absolutely disastrous. Anyhow, it's good. It's not the best version of this sort of message, but it's quite good. So I will give this one an 8. A lot of good memes today. Oops. They're called Generation X because boomers killed a third of them. Okay. It's a good dark meme. I don't quite I don't get the dialectic side of it. Now this is definitely going to trigger our boomers, but anyhow, yeah, I think I give this one a 9. You know, I'm not the target audience. I'm Gen X myself. I know all about, you know, the evils of the boomers and so forth. But yeah, I mean, this is good. This is actually, I'm going to give this one an 8. I like the art though, and the text is good too. And that brings us to an end. So good memes. I think there's 2 obvious, because lethal is XXX. Okay, I did not know that. I always thought XXX referred to an adult rating relating to movies, but then it's clever. So, but I don't think most people will know that. I could be wrong. So, I would say the best 2 memes. I'll post the winner tomorrow. The two best memes I thought were the one about George Floyd, the Statue of Liberty, and then there's one other one that was also quite strong. I'll post the winners tomorrow, and but good memes again. I mean, I will say that I like that people are trying to make the memes themselves. I think that's great. There are some really good memes out there related to the H-1B situation. Some really hard-hitting ones on poll, but I'm glad to see people doing their own stuff, and I'm glad to see people doing their own stuff and doing it well, because it's demonstrating that you've understood the art and the science of it, which is cool. So anyhow, that's all I've got for tonight. And I wish you all, let's see, tomorrow is New Year's Eve, so I probably won't stream. I will probably stream on, I'll probably stream next on January 2nd. I haven't streamed much the last few weeks, just because, as you can see, not at home, and we've had a large Christmas contingent this year, which has been great, but does tend to get in the way of streaming at 1 a.m. So in any event, I wish you all a Happy New Year. I hope that you had a Merry Christmas. We're going to have a great year in 2025. There's going to be a lot of exciting stuff going on, both within the community and I think in the world. You know, the trend is on our side. You know, we've been saying this for the last 5 years, but now we're actually beginning to see that. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be exciting, but I think it's ultimately going to be rewarding. So, so thanks to all of you for your support, both here, supporting Unauthorized, subscribing to Unauthorized, and just the general support that you offer in terms of material support for Castalia and for Unauthorized, for just showing up and reading the blog. And most of all, the spiritual and emotional support that is a lot more meaningful than I think that most of you realize. It's so easy for me to, say these iconoclastic things and never ever have to feel as if I'm just completely out there alone by myself. I can handle that, you know, but I never ever have to feel that way. And so I think that it's something that you guys do for me. It's something that you do for the other creators. It's something that you do for the teams. And you know, other creators know that. Other creators actually want to build the sort of community that we have. And so I think we're very fortunate in that regard. And don't discount the importance of the role that each of you play in that. So, anyhow, have a happy new year. And I look forward to sharing our new announcements with you soon. I'm Vox Day, and this is the Darkstream.